Welcome back to Wine and Dine. Today, let's pair wines with Mediterranean cuisine. Of course, the obvious is Mediterranean food goes with Mediterranean wines, but it's sometimes hard to find wines from places like Greece, Cyprus, North Africa at your local liquor store, so you have to find some alternatives. Yes, the Mediterranean is a big place, but there are some unifying flavors and ingredients. For me, it's things like olive oil, citrus fruit such as lemon, fresh herbs such as mint, oregano, and parsley, and a wealth of great vegetables, fennel, eggplant, tomatoes, and more. You add in some beans and legumes, and you have a really wonderful cuisine. So when I look at this and I think about appetizers, you got to think about the fragrance that comes out of this. So we have all these herbs giving aromatics. So when you think about the wine, you need aromatic. You also have a lot of acidity and salty flavors. That begs for acidity in your wine. So when you're thinking about the appetizers, think fresh whites that have herbal aromatic influences and have lots of great acidity. So when I think of local wines, so Greek, I think of Asiatico, even Retsina, which is an odd wine style popular in around Athens, which is made by adding a little bit of pine resin to the unfermented grape juice to give it a kind of a pine, rosemary kind of aroma. But you have great grapes like Xenestri in Cyprus and others that are hard to find here. So when you're looking for wines you can find available in most places, Austrian Gruner Veltliner, cool climate Sauvignon Blanc, both have this kind of herbal lift, but lots of great acidity. Anyway, we're going to talk a bit about cheese, and we're going to make some fried halloumi in just a second. So you got your white wine chilled, you've got your appetizers out, you really want to show off to your friends. I think a great dish is grilled cheese. So in Greece they have saganaki, which is like grilled kefalogravier cheese, which isn't that easy to find here. But in Cyprus they have a cheese called Halloumi. And Halloumi is a goat and sheep's milk cheese. Some have some cow's milk. But what I love about halloumi is, one, you can get a halloumi widely available at any grocery store. Two, it's got a nice tanginess to it, nice saltiness to it, and it holds its shape when grilling. So slice up the halloumi. Some people rinse it in water. That's just if you want to get rid of some of the brine. I don't mind. So then it's as easy as dusting your halloumi in flour, hot pan, a little oil, and then let that grill to a golden brown. The lovely thing about halloumi is it holds its shape. So you can extract this when it's done, serve it with some pita, maybe a few olives, sprinkle a little herbs, and you have a show-stopping appetizer that I guarantee everyone will love. Okay, I've got my halloumi made. I have to admit I stole a piece and ate it. It was delicious. So let's talk a little bit about proteins. There's a lot of them, of course. The Mediterranean is a big sea. So from the sea we have lots of different fish. You have sea bream, you have bass, you have octopus, and a bevy of shellfish. And when it comes to kind of pairing the seafood of the Mediterranean, I'm thinking to how they prepare it. And it's really simple, usually just with some fresh herbs, or they just make seafood stews. Like we had a great video recently with Chef Michael Toker of Smyrna making a Greek fisherman stew, which is essentially available fish, tomato puree, water, and some herbs, spice, that's it. Makes a great dish. Or of course there's Provençal bouillabaisse. So what goes well with these? I tend to go to Provence style rosé, dry, fresh, not that fruity, but really goes great with kind of these tomato-based seafood dishes. Now, you don't have to go to Provence to get a Provence style. You don't actually even have to go outside of Nova Scotia. We make a lot of great rosé here in Nova Scotia. This is a great one from Mercator Vineyards in the Annapolis Valley called Compass. I highly recommend this one for tomato-based seafood dishes with a Mediterranean accent. Now, when it comes to meat, now, of course, there's chicken, and I've got some grilled chicken souvlaki here. But I also think about lamb and how it's prepared in the Mediterranean, often with woody herbs like thyme and rosemary, and adding things in like olives and tomatoes. So you get richness and the gameness of lamb, but all these savory elements too. So when it comes to wine choices, I tend to go to a grape called Syrah. Bold, full-bodied, but can have its own olive aroma, sometimes some bacon fat and herb tones to it. Great. So often you find in southern France. You can find it in Lebanon, North Africa. So anyway, just go all around the Mediterranean. They grow Syrah. So a good one is a Syrah Grenache blend from Côte de Rhône or from some of the villages in the southern part of the Rhône Valley. Great inexpensive style of wine to have with lamb. If you can find it, do search out for some, great North African, Middle Eastern, and Greek grapes. My favorite to go with lamb is something called Xinomavro, which is from the Macedonia part of Greece in the north. Savory, smells like tomato vines, olives, and herbs. It's like meant to be with Greek-based styles of lamb. Anyway, come back another time. We're gonna have some more cooking. I'm gonna do some more wine drinking, more wine tips, interviews with other people. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So, see you soon.